Hello and welcome. So I wanted to talk a little bit about how you can best use this course so that you can get the most out of it, get the quickest results, and learn the most effectively. So first of all, I just wanted to cover that you have lifetime access to this information if you've already inside the course, and you've also got access to me at any time. If you need to ask me questions, you can post them up inside here, or you can email me directly. I usually take about 48 hours. I try to keep it within 48 hours to respond, but rest assured I will get back to you. So let's first talk about what you do have access to. And in this course, I've designed a few mini lectures at the beginning and one that discusses qi, because it's kind of a very sort of elusive subject. I've also got the introduction to the three major energy centers. And I've worked at well, the Taoist system has really simplified the 7 chakra system out of yoga, and they're really focusing in on just the 3 energy centers. So that's what we're going to be focusing on, is just the 3 major energy centers. And if you look at the picture in the right-hand side, that's the location of the 3 major energy centers. So then we'll move into the practical aspects. So this is the power moves. And the power moves are simply Qigong type stances that charge these 3 energy centers. And I've provided you with demonstrations of myself doing it. That should guide you into how to practice. I've also included a PDF download of the power moves, sort of summarized and explained again. So you can print them out if you don't want to be on the computer all the time. So that's to help you practice. And I've also provided a frequently asked questions video as well. And to add more value, to add some extra stuff, I also included another sort of mini lecture about other ways to boost energy. And I talk about things like breathing, a little bit about diet and stuff like that. And I've also got this little lecture on activating superpowers, or activating your inner superpower. And this is a really powerful sort of technique you can add to power moves. It's strongly connected to the bandhas if you're familiar with yoga. And it's a very powerful practice. So the way I'd best recommend to actually approach this course is to go through all the material first, quite in a sort of rapid succession. It's not too long because there's a knowledge component, but it's really about the physical practice and the experience for yourself. So I would encourage you to go through it so you get familiar with the material, print out the PDF, and then start practicing today. Start experiencing it for yourself today. And then when you're starting to get more familiar with the experience of it and how it feels, then I'd recommend coming back and going through it a bit slowly to pick up on some things you may have missed, because the experience of it starts to bring in different kinds of understanding. So what kind of results will you expect, or what can you get from this? The first one is really a sense of improved physical energy, and that's more of a sort of steady energy that's available. You should also notice better sex, which is always a bonus. Generally more confidence, more willpower will be available, and this comes because the emotion's a bit more steady and stable. You'll also hopefully notice there's a greater capacity for better ideas or greater ideas. And really it's ideas that are kind of the new currency of the new world. So having good ideas is always going to be a good thing. You can use good ideas as leverage to become more effective in your workplace, be stronger and fitter in your physical body. Just having good ideas allows you more effective and more efficient lifestyle application. Also, there's just a sense of greater clarity in the mind, a greater sense of mission, a greater sense of purpose in one's life. So that's about the course. So just a little bit about me and how I kind of came to talk about this and how I realized this practice. So that's a few pictures of myself there. I've got a bachelor in health science and I majored in Chinese medicine, acupuncture, and I'm also a yoga teacher, teaching for 7 years, I think it is now. So I basically got into sort of the Orient. I was always just interested in Oriental philosophy and the Orient in general. I just loved the symbolism, something about the clothes, Buddhism, and Taoism as well. I was always just drawn to it, and when I was quite young, about 20 years old, I got to go to China and I taught English there. This was almost 15 years ago. So I was really impressed by China at the time, and I was really impressed by Taoism in particular. It just sort of drew me in. So that really stirred on my interest, and when I came back to Australia, I really sort of dived into studying Chinese medicine, yoga, Oriental yoga in particular, and I really just started getting into it. And I also did a bit of Tai Chi and Qigong alongside my yoga. What really happened though was about 3 years ago, I came across this teacher, Robert Peng, and he lives in the Americas now, but he was in Australia for some time, and he's Chinese born. And he kind of showed me these basic practices of accumulating qi and holding and building qi inside your body. And while there's so much to Qigong and so much to Tai Chi and Chinese medicine, I found that these really simple accumulation type exercises of qi can really make a huge impact on our physicality as well as our mental health. So I kicked into that in about 3 years ago, and I started practicing these power moves pretty much every day. And since then, my productivity and efficiency in my lifestyle has dramatically increased. Since then, I've written 10 books. I've traveled and lived in Asia and Europe, which is kind of on my bucket list. I went to Germany last year. I'm going to go back there again this year. I've been producing online video courses, creating to boost my business, to boost this kind of knowledge into the mass consciousness. So that has helped me, as well as boosting my business and helping me get this message out there. It's increased my income as well. I generally feel physically stronger. I feel a lot more emotionally sort of steady and stable, meaning that people say things to me, or haters say things to me, or I get feedback or whatever, it doesn't shake me as much as it used to. I feel a lot more steady in myself and able to sort of manage my emotions a lot more sort of self-governed. So I don't feel like I need so much in the outside world anymore. And I just feel sort of mentally clear, more focused, more purposeful in my lifestyle. So that's kind of the stuff that I feel like has really been brought on by these power moves, by these extra Qigong practices. And these are the kind of results that I'm hoping and encouraging and confident that you will also experience something of the same. In fact, I'm so confident that you will get benefit from these power moves from this course, that there's a 30-day money-back guarantee with this course. So if you're not happy with it for any reason, although it's not enough to just use the knowledge or just learn the knowledge, I'd say you really need to practice them and start experiencing for yourself to really start. And it's only when you start experiencing it for yourself that I can guarantee you'll start seeing results. So there's also, anytime you want to ask me questions, feel free. You can post them up here or message me directly. Here is my direct email, and for any of my other material, for books that I've got, most of them on Amazon at the moment, and for other courses similar to this sort of material, you can visit my website at the address on the screen. Okay, so that's all. I'll see you in the next video, and we'll get stuck into the material. Thank you.